Your hand, you can, trying to make contact palm to palm, back to back, circling round. That's it. And then same thing, but just redirect the other way. Just helps to get into the smaller joints and bones around the wrists, your hands. And then stay with your hands in the prayer position, interlace your fingers, push your palms away, and lift the palms of your hands to the ceiling and make your feet heavier on the floor. So like the palms are pushing the ceiling up and the feet are pushing the floor down, and everything in between is long. And then your arms go back out in front of you and bring the palms to face the chest. Now take the back of your hands together with your fingers pointing towards the center of your chest. Yeah, and try and make a straight line between your forearms and just a gentle press away with the fingers as if they're trying to pull away from your chest to stretch the back of your wrists more. Oh gosh, I can really see a difference from one hand to the other. Don't know about anyone else. Okay, and then just a gentle release back into a couple of circles. And then just a light shake down by your side, circling your shoulders, so shoulders round and back. Feel your shoulder blades moving on your back. And then we're going to take the arms back as you roll back, interlace your fingers behind you, bend your elbows out, straighten your fingers, knuckles down. Bend your elbows out, straighten your fingers and knuckles down, and again bend and straighten. When you bend, bring them to the right side of your waist, and then lower your head to the right. Stretching in the left shoulder, left neck. Your head comes to center as the arms go back down. Bend up to the left, head to the left, relaxing your right shoulder down. Then back to center, head up to center, arms back down by your side. And you're going to take your arms, palms face back, and then arms straight in front. Palms face back, arms straight in front. Arms press back as you bring your arms forward, squat down. And then arms press back as you stand. Arms forward, your bottom squats back. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, when you stand up, feel like you're trying to push the earth down with your legs. Inhale, and then again, pushing down with your legs. So you feel your legs are active. They're obviously working to move you in the squat, but sometimes just putting your mental focus behind it charges the muscles more. 3 more. Pushing the earth down. 2. And 1. Okay, and then bend your elbows, palms face the floor. Take your balance into your left leg, lift your right heel, and then lower your right heel. Take your balance into your right leg, lift the left heel, and lower. We'll do that a few times each side. See how steady you can keep your head. And as you keep your head steady, we're not doing 1 up, 1 down. It's just 1 at a time. Yeah, so just 1 at a time. I want you to feel like there's a cord connecting your heel to your abdomen. So it's like there's that cord in your abdomen is pulling the heel up. So there's some abdominal strength connected to the lifting of your heel. Like this cord pulling the heel up, lowering the heel down. The arms don't need to move, just feeling that imaginary inner cord. Okay, now you can stay with that, or you can make the balance a bit more by lifting your right knee up towards your right hand and then placing your right foot back down. And then lifting your left knee up toward the left hand and then left foot back down. Whatever pace works for you. I want you to think about pushing the foot down, like you're pushing the earth down with your foot, and then the top of your head pushing up toward the ceiling. So pushing the earth down and the top of your head touching the ceiling, and that's going to help you to balance. You imagine the top of your head stuck on the ceiling. And that same pull cord of strength from your belly, pulling the leg up. And go again each side, finishing with the left heel or knee lifting. When you come back to center, keep your arms there, but turn your palms upwards. Shoulders roll back and the upper arm bone squeeze in slightly. So you're really trying to turn your biceps forwards and then open your arms out to the side and then palms forwards again. Arms open out, arms turn forwards. Try not to let it just be a loose movement because it's really easy just to loosely move. Actually engage, slightly squeezing your arms to the body as you open. Get the feeling of really working the rotating muscles of the shoulders and arms. Moving into the muscles of your upper back and your upper arms. Okay, last one. And then if you can take your right arm round behind like that, and your left arm up and over to the right ear, similar stretch to before, just a little deeper. This time you're taking your left hand to your right ear and drawing over into a stretch. This arm behind the back of the waist, it's similar to that position we had it in earlier, except we've got the hand drawing across this time. And as you release this arm down, taking your right arm out, left arm behind, right hand across to your left ear and drawing your head across. And then release. We're coming back down with both arms, lowering your chin to your chest, softening your knees and rolling your way down your spine. At the bottom of the roll down, let your spine hang heavily and loose. We're going to bend and straighten the knees a few times. So bend and straighten, bend and straighten. Bending quite generously so your tummy goes towards resting on your thighs. And you bend your knees, trying to get your tummy and your chest as close to your thighs as you can. Keep your knees about halfway bent. Start rolling your spine back up so your hands come just above your kneecaps, resting your hands just above your kneecaps. Looking forwards, push your bottom back. And then rounding your spine, looking down towards your feet. Pushing your bottom back, look forwards. And then round your spine, look under to your feet. Inhaling, pushing your bottom back. Exhale, rounding your spine. Inhale, push your bottom back. Exhale, round. 2 more. And 1. And roll your spine up. Good. And then taking your right knee to your left hand this time. So right knee touching left hand. And then extend out. Right knee touching left hand. And then extend out. You could put your right hand on your hip perhaps, and then that right hand's got a place to go. So there's a diagonal movement. Diagonally into the center, diagonally out to the side, diagonally into center. And then if you want to sing something like, staying alive, or anything else that matches the movement. Practicing our Christmas dance floor moves. 2 more. 1 more. Okay, keep leaning over, but bring your hand to your hip. Flex your foot and then pulse the leg. 10, 9, 8, 7. You can bring the hand back to your hip if you want to, Camilla. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Cross your right leg in front of your left leg. Goes over. Take your left arm up, catch hold of your wrists, and then push the hips over to the left, lean to the right. And push down from your hip into your right foot and lift up from the hip, long into your right arm. And Annie on the back row, hips go to the right. Everything else is fine. There you go. And then catch your right wrist actually as well. There you go. Okay, back up to center. Release that side. So we're going left knee to right hand. Put your left hand on your left hip, and then left knee to right hand. And then leg goes out and arm goes up. Oh, I did a finger point then as well. Okay, so we tap and then extend. Tap, extend. See if you can keep your head as steady as possible. And think of keeping your spine long and using your tummy muscles to pull that leg up rather than bending forwards. Tummy muscles pulling the leg up. Five more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and then you're still slightly leaning over to the right, hands on your hips, belly is hugging in. Flex your foot so the toes lift and pulse the leg. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then cross your left leg in front of your right leg. Oh my goodness, my balance on that side is terrible. Come up, catch your left wrist. And then push the hips over to the left. Lean over to the right. Good. So from your left hip down, you're pushing into the left foot. And for the left hip up, you're reaching long through your left arm. Excellent. Come back up to center. Separate the feet again as your arms come down. We're just going to slide the hands down just above the knees. Inhale, bottom pokes back, look forwards. Exhale, round your spine. Inhale, poke your bottom back. Exhale, round. Couple more. As you round your spine, slide your hands down the legs, lift your fingertips to top point to the ceiling, and then we're going to squat and swing. So your arms are pointing up, and then swoop your arms forward, stand up, inhale, exhale, swoop your arms through. Inhale, lift. Exhale with a little bounce in your knees. Inhale, lift. Exhale, squat and swoop. Keep your feet like they're glued down beneath the surface of your mat, really embedding your feet heavily into the ground. So you can get this good, powerful swooping action. Then a deep breath to combine with that, inhaling fully as you come up, exhaling fully as you swoop through. 3 more. One more. And then a slow squat down, arms come behind, interlace your fingers behind your back. Try straightening your legs and lifting your knuckles toward the ceiling. And then your hands come towards your bottom and then just slide the hands down to the floor. Come down onto hands and knees. Stay on your right knee and stretch your left leg out behind. And let's just go back and forwards so that you're stretching into the sole of your left foot. Stretching into the calf of your left foot, toes on the floor, toes on the floor, if you can yet. And then you're getting a toe roll, sole of the foot being stretched. Okay, and then press firmly into the ball of that left foot and see if you can hover your right knee an inch off the ground and hold it there for 5. Look just ahead of your hands. 4, 3, 2, 1. Then your right knee goes back down. Bring the left knee to the floor. Straighten your right leg out behind. With the toes tucked, shift your weight back and forwards. And as you push back into the heel, you get a nice calf stretch. And then find that mid position where your shoulders line with your wrists. Push more firmly into your back leg and see if your left knee can hover off the ground for 5. Keep your gaze ahead of your hands for 4, 3, 2, 1. And then knee down, both knees together. Rest your head on your hands with the wrist straight for a child's pose. And acquaint yourself with the feeling of breath in the back of your lungs. So filling the back of your lungs with a full inhale. Exhaling a full exhale. Good. Then we're going to come down to laying on your tummy, resting your head on both hands, just as you were in child's pose. Legs nice and long. Good, starting off with the feet pointed, so your toes pointing away. Relax your shoulders, but see if you can make your bottom ribs pull a bit more into your body, so they're less poking on the ground and more drawing into your body. So those very bottom ribs, the ones that are closest to your stomach, just slightly drawing up and in. And then the stomach will get a little bit lighter on the ground and you'll feel your muscles gently engaging around your waist. Then with your legs really long and straight, lift the right leg so the right thigh bone comes an inch or so off the ground, and then lower back down. Switch to the left leg, exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. To the right leg, exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, left. Inhale, lower. Exhale, right. Inhale, lower. There's a stretch and a squeeze in the back of the leg as you lift it. So again, rather than just the easy up, down, put your mind into the muscle. Put your mind into the back of the leg, particularly up at the top of your leg, your buttock muscles, as it lifts, without those ribs collapsing back down. Your ribs are touching the floor. You're not trying to push your ribs off the ground, otherwise you'll end up straining your shoulders and neck. Okay, and then relax the legs down. Just let your heels flop a moment and turn your right cheek onto your hands. Relax your shoulders. Another deep breath. Breathing fully into your belly. When your forehead comes back onto your hands again, this time tuck your toes under. Push through the heels so that your knees lift and your thigh bones lift, with your toes tucked on the floor. Good, so we're getting that little bit of a stretch in the lower leg again, relying upon a bit of toe flexibility and heel flexibility. So again, see if you can keep the thigh bones and the legs lifted this way as you lighten the load in your belly and the lower ribs, not pulling off the ground, but just lighter on the ground. And then from this position, without your legs dropping, can you make your toes light on the floor and then point your toes away? Point your toes to the floor. Point your toes away. When your toes point to the floor, they might just gently tap the floor. Point away. Point and touch the floor. Point away. Point and touch the floor. 5, shoulders relax. 4, work on the mobility of your ankles and the strength in the back of your legs to keep them lifted at the same height as your ankles work. 2 more. Point. Flex. The leg bones don't actually move up and down. They just stay steady. And then again, relax your legs when you've done the last one. Turn onto your other cheek. You might just rock your pelvis a little just to loosen off the back of the legs and your lower back. Okay, now we're going to try and do one last thing with the legs. So turn your forehead back to the hands again. Lengthen your legs. Lift just your right leg. Pause. Keep your right leg lifted with the belly light on the ground, hips are level. And then keep your leg long and foot pointed as you circle your leg around. The circle doesn't need to be very big. I like to think of it, feels like the size, somewhere between a side plate and a dinner plate. that sort of size, nothing bigger than a dinner plate size. But the whole leg is your circling tool. Like your leg is like a paintbrush, and it's straight from your hip to the tip of the brush on your toes. Change direction, 10, 9. Keep your head, neck, and shoulders as relaxed as you can. Use your lower core to steady your pelvis. Anyone counting them? 3 more then. 3. Someone was counting them, were they? And then relax your leg down. Relax your right leg as you lengthen and lift your left leg. So they get the leg long, straight, like a paintbrush. You want it to be long and straight and steady and circle round. And think about the muscles that are working to circle your leg. The back of the leg, a little bit your outer hip. You notice you're pushing into your hands, relax your arms a bit more, and then change direction. 10, 9, 8. Steady your hips the best you can, your pelvis. Keep the belly firm. And 3 more. Then relax your leg down and push your bottom back to your heels. And go for a straight arm child's pose, arms stretched out in front. Excellent. Then come back up onto hands and knees. Look just ahead of your hands. Knees are directly below your hips. Have enough mat out behind so that you could straighten your legs back on the mat. So you might want to walk your way forwards a bit if you're at the back of your mat. Good. Okay. So shoulders are pushing down into your hands, which helps to stabilize and lift your chest slightly, and the gaze at the front of your mat. Now tuck your toes under and try and lift both knees an inch off the ground so your tummy feels like it's lifting the knees, and hover them there. 5. If it's too much in your toe joints, just keep your knees on the floor with the feeling like you're trying to make your knees lighter. 2. 1. Now, not lowering the knees down, but straightening your legs out to a full plank position. 5 breaths there. Imagine your knees are still hovering. 4. In your plank, your shoulders are still in line with your wrists. You're looking ahead of your hands, not to your feet. If you're looking to your feet, you're probably in a downward facing dog. And if you're looking forwards, you're probably dropping your hips too much. Pull your hips up as if your knees are hovering underneath. 2 more breaths. I know that was more than 5 breaths. 1 more breath. Good. Child's pose this time with your arms by your side, palms facing the ceiling. And then again, tune into and practice breathing into the back of your body. Deep breath, back of your chest, back of your lungs opening. And then as you come up, move your bottom to one side. And then bring your legs carefully up round in front of you. Good stuff. Have your feet just a little apart, your knees a little apart, arms in front. And we're going to scoop and roll our way down to the floor. Your feet will slide towards your bottom. As you roll down, inhale, arms go over behind. Can you keep your ribs laying flat? Exhale, arms come down by your side. Arms behind, slide your right leg along the floor. Arms by your side, bending the right leg back in. Arms behind, left leg slides along the floor. Arms down, left leg comes back in. Inhale, arms back, one leg sliding. Exhaling. Inhale, arms back, the other leg sliding. Exhaling. Good. So we're going to keep doing this for a reasonable length of time. So I've got time to come around and look at everyone. And what I'm looking out for is to see no lift in your waistline and no flaring of the lower ribs. So think of keeping the lower ribs resting down. Good. And think of keeping the gap under your lower back slightly squashed. So the small of your lower back navigating its way down to the floor. Start with both legs bent, arms down by your side. Okay, both arms and one leg slide away. That's it. And then bring it all back in. And then both arms on the other leg. That's it. See if you can almost feel like the pelvis and your ribs are wrapped together. Like imagine some binding tape wrapped around from your pelvis to your ribs and it's holding you in the middle. And be smooth and steady with your movement. See that?
I know.
Yeah. Okay, so come back in. Right, when you're there, can you draw it down? Yeah, so if you can draw it down there, you should be able to draw it down when you extend. So try and extend now slowly, slowly. So it's your arms lifting that's pulling that up. So don't take your arms as far back, just to there and then keep the ribs down. Yeah, and then feel that leg pulling into your belly. You've got to be aware of it and then you can work on it. Okay, good. Last time. And then both arms are down, both legs are bent, hands onto your hips. Open your right knee, keep the left knee still. Close your right knee back in. Open your left knee, keep the right knee still. Close the left knee back in. Inhale as your knee opens, keeping the back of the pelvis flat. Exhale, close. Inhale, the other knee opens. Can your ribs continue to lay flat? Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. And you're just feeling you're rolling onto the outer edge of your foot. But that means when you bring the knee back in, you want the inner edge of your foot to press back onto the floor. Otherwise, you'll end up just with your knees in a bit of a gaping position. So you want to make sure you bring your foot flat to the floor again each time. See how steady you can keep the non-moving leg. See how firm you can keep your lower belly muscles. Okay, and then when both knees are pointing back up to the ceiling, arms down by your side, feet a tiny bit closer to your bottom, spread into your feet and toes, and then lift the tailbone for shoulder bridge. Continue to roll the tailbone up towards your knees, rolling your spine up. Lengthen your tailbone toward the back of your knees, inhale. Exhale, roll your way back down again. Inhale as you start to land. Exhale as you roll up. So we've got the exhale on most of the rolling action. Inhaling when you get to the top. And exhale on the rolling action. Inhale as you get to the bottom. Exhale on the rolling action. So the exhale almost starts to link itself to the effort phase or the movement phase. Often that's the case with the Pilates exercises. You exhale on the effort or the stronger movement. So a bit like those knee openings, we want to try and keep the knees steady, so not letting your knees gape. Sometimes we use something between our knees, so you can imagine you're holding something between your inner knees. And go one more round. Good. Roll up to the top and stay at the top this time. Okay, pause at the top. See if we can add that knee opening. So right knee opens onto the outside edge of your right foot, and then right knee closes. And then left knee opens onto the outer edge of your left foot, and left knee closes, foot flat. That's it. So knee opens, edge of the foot. Knee closes, foot firm and flat to the floor. Yeah, so just a reminder that you come properly back into center each time. So it's just combining the last movement in your shoulder bridge. It just tests your balance a little with the shoulder bridge, works a little bit on your external hip rotators. See if you can do it without the bottom dropping or an unevenness in your pelvis. Last one on each side. Finish when you do your next left one. And then we'll roll the spine back down. So if you get cramp easily in shoulder bridge, then you might do this next one just on the floor. In fact, let's all do it on the floor first. So if you can anchor your lower belly towards your mid back. So it's a slight diagonal movement, your lower belly just above your pubic bone, diagonally pulling down toward the small of your lower back. And keep that feeling as you keep your knees in line and extend the right leg, keeping your knees level. And then bend the right leg so your foot comes back to the floor. And then extend the left leg, keeping your knees level. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. When your leg's in the extended position, let's just pause this next one. Extend the leg and keep it extended. So if you continued that diagonal line of your leg, which is about a 45-degree angle, if you continued that line, that's about the angle of the line we want to feel sinking from your lower belly toward the small of your lower back. So imagine the line of your leg continuing diagonally down towards the lower back, and keep that angle strong as you bend foot to floor and straighten. Inhale, foot to floor. Exhale, straighten. A little bit like when we did the knee touching hand when we were balancing, standing up earlier. Okay, Ali. So bring that foot back to the floor, foot to the floor, there you go. Keep your knees level and extend the leg there. That's it, it's all right. And then foot back down and then knees level and extend that one, this one. That's it, without it dropping from my hand. That's it, and then bend. And in a moment, we're going to try that in a shoulder bridge, but if it feels too much, you can just keep it from that position. Last on your left. Okay, and then when both feet are back to the floor, we're going to try and put that to shoulder bridge. So roll your spine up. Put the tailbone toward the back of your knees. Use your arms for a bit of stability and then extend the right leg, keeping your knees level. Inhale, right foot to floor. Exhale, extend the left leg. Inhale, foot to floor. Exhale, extend right. Inhale, foot to floor. Exhale, extend left. Inhale, foot to floor. And if you think that's enough, then you can always bring your bottom back down to the ground. Otherwise, we've got 3 more on each leg, or you can keep doing it with your bottom from the floor. Nice. 2 more each leg. Using your breath. Inhale, foot to floor. Exhale, leg extends, keeping the pelvis lifted and level. Last on each leg. When both feet are back down after that last one, roll your spine back down to the floor. Great, and then take your stretchy band around the ball of your right foot and take your right leg in the air. If you don't have a stretchy band, you can just hold the back of your leg or use something similar like a belt or a scarf. Have we all got one? Yes, good, good, good. Left leg remains bent on the floor. And try and have the band so it's more around the ball of your foot, but watch you don't lose it because it'll ping on your face. So more around the ball of the foot. So you're getting a stretch in the sole of your foot as well as you push away through the heel and the ball of the foot gets drawn towards you. Wow, that really shows off a big arch in your foot, doesn't it? You have got really big arches in your foot. So if I just spread the band over a bit more, there you go. And you can get it around the ball of the foot as well. Good. Can you make the back of your right hip a bit heavier to the ground? And even feel the kneecap pressing more toward the back of your knee. So in other words, straightening your leg a bit more if you can. Okay, then carefully take the band completely off, pop that to the side. Put your hands down, one on the lower belly, one on your upper belly. One hand on your lower belly, one hand on your upper belly. And so when I say lower belly, I mean like just above the pubic bone, and upper belly, I mean more near the ribs. And then feel the lower and upper abdomen squeezing closer together so you feel that the muscles between lower and upper are connected. Now we're going to point your foot, lower the leg toward the floor, flex your foot and lift the leg back up as if it's in the stretch. Point your foot lower toward the floor, flex your foot and lift it back up. Good, so pointing to lower, flexing to lift at your own pace, but nothing too fast, because I want you to check that when your leg lowers especially, that the lower belly and upper belly don't separate. Keep them so that you can feel the muscles connecting them together, the two parts becoming one. And this is really the strength that we're developing in the trunk of your body, because we've got a lot of soft tissue around here and the spine's kind of hanging out on its own without much without much skeletal support there. So when we need to know that we've got strong core muscles supporting that space. Got 2 more rounds on this leg. And 1 more round on this leg. Then when your leg lifts back up, you can bend the knee, return your foot to the floor and take the stretchy band around your left foot with your left leg in the air. Just breathe into it as well. Breathe your shoulders relax. There's a slight tuck of your chin, just watch out for your head falling back. Breathe your hip heavy. Even maybe feel like you're breathing your breath up and down the back of your leg, as if your breath is massaging the stretch in the back of your leg. And another breath there. So when you take the band carefully off, one hand on your lower belly, one hand on your upper belly, and then connect lower and upper together as you point your foot, lower the leg, flex your foot, lift the leg, point and lower, flex and lift. And if you're doing this well, you should be maintaining neutral pelvis, neutral spine. That means your pelvis remains steady on the floor and a firmness where the back of your pelvis connects to the ground. So it's not rolling around. And then that just the natural small arc in your lower back is maintained. You don't have to have your back flatly pressed against the ground, although some of you might find that helps you a little. Last couple. And 1 more. Okay, and then bend your leg and return your foot down to the floor. Relax your arms down. And just let your knees drop apart for a moment. Little butterfly stretch, flutter the knees. And interlace your hands behind the back of your head and close your knees back together. We're going to inhale here. Exhale, abdominal curl. So it's like your chest is trying to look to your knees. And then inhale, lower back down again. As you curl your chest up towards your knees, feel your back lower ribs pressing toward the mat. You're not necessarily trying to push your belly button to the floor, but your back lower ribs toward the floor. And at the same time, there's a little bit more sandwiching or narrowing between your lower belly and your upper belly as your front ribs go down. Okay, we're going to add some leg movement onto that. So as you curl up, lift your right knee, lower your right knee down. As you curl up, lift the left knee, lower the left knee down. Exhale, curl. Inhale, lower. Exhale, curl. Inhale, lower. And then curl up, right leg, stay there. Inhale, lower. Exhale, curl up, left leg. So we've got both legs lifted now. Keep the curls going to double knees. Curl. Feeling your back, lower ribs, continuing to press down toward the mat. Your hands supporting your head, not pulling the head, but just offering support. And then stay lifted. Keep the head lifted with your elbows about in line with the tip of your nose. Tap your right foot to the floor, lift. Tap your left foot to the floor, lift. Glance at your belly. When your leg goes to tap the floor, can you do it without your belly lifting? Feel this solid wall of muscle there, holding the belly level. If you feel it's too much with the tap of the leg, then just keep the legs in a double knee fold. If your neck is aching, do it with your head and arms down on the floor. If you want to make it a little harder, you're going to straighten your legs. One leg goes down, one leg goes up. One leg goes down, one leg goes up. Your feet are pointed and you're keeping your pelvis level and you're trying not to let the belly lift, lower or expand. We're going 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. And then when you've finished your last one, squeeze your knees to your chest and your head to the floor. Pop your feet wide, your arms wide. Lower both knees to the right, look over to the left. Get a little heavier in your left knee. Go the other way, so knees go over to the left, look over to the right. And get a little heavier in your right knee. Both knees come up, both arms come up. Both knees right, both arms left. Back up, inhale. Both knees left, both arms right. Back up, inhale. Exhale, sway one way. Inhale, center. Exhale, sway the other way. Inhale, center. Try and make this movement now with a softness in your body, with a lightness. Next time your arms and your knees come back up to center, pause, cross your right ankle onto your left knee, and then bring the left leg towards you and feed your hands round the back of that leg. Right knee pointing out wide. Return your left foot down, shake your right leg in the air, and then switch left ankle onto right knee, hands behind the back of your right leg. Return your right leg down, shake your left leg out in the air, and then everything shakes in the air, arms and legs. And then both knees squeeze into the chest. Put your chin slightly, and when you release your legs, find a comfortable, relaxed position. Relaxing your arms so the palms turn up. Relaxing your facial muscles. Your next exhale, exhale to make your body feel a bit heavier against the ground, just to check nothing is trying to hold you. Just silently here in the background of your mind. In as you breathe in, out as you breathe out. Just connecting that little sound as an instruction. Your mind following your breath in, your mind following your breath out. Then as you breathe in, just silently hearing whole, as in your whole body, breathing the breath in. And then as you breathe out, relax. Your whole body relax. Breathing in, whole body, breathing in. Breathing out, whole body relaxing. And then finally, as you breathe in, I, and as you breathe out, just a reminder that you are present, you are relaxed. I am. Inhale, I, exhale. And then wriggling your fingers and your toes a little, shifting your body, sliding your feet in flat to the floor. Tilt your pelvis a bit back and forwards. Yeah, let's turn all the way over onto your side and use your arms to push your way up to sitting. Good. Thank you all. Well done. Thank you. Enjoy your holidays next week, some of you, and just a holiday off class. Don't forget you can join in on the members page as well if you want to do this class recording or any other class recording.